Okay, so welcome everyone to this lecture. Today is an important session, but we are going through the Q&A question and answer session. So any people having any doubts till the date, the practical session, you people can ask me. So I'll complete your doubts. So likewise, we have completed for two of the people. The queries have been fixed. So now what we are doing, there are three questions that are coming up from you people. Okay. So question number one, why we are creating manually the listener and TNS manually? I have answered your questions, right? So we are going to do it manually because we have to know the subject. So what is going inside the listener, what is happening inside the listener, and what is happening inside the TNS, what are the mistakes that we are doing. So we have to know that. Without knowing that, in the real time, it will be a big problem if you go directly with the listener creation with using the automation. Okay, so it's not listen.ora, it's listener.ora. It's not TNS name.ora, it's TNS names.ora. These are the two mistakes. And yeah, and the port number 1521 is the default one. As I said, you just need to, whenever you type, you just need to check the IP address and service names. That's it. Next, go inside the server. How to do it automatically. I'll show you how to do it automatically, but I don't recommend the process at all. Okay, just do a right click, open. Yeah, and just give dot space or inv, dot space or inv, or env. Fine. Yeah. Now you do one thing. Digana, come back to the putty session. Come back to the putty session. Stop the listener for time being. For time being, stop the listener. LSNR CTL stop. You have stopped the listener, right? And now take a backup or move the listener file to some other name. MV space listener.ora to listener.ora underscore BAK. Listener.ora underscore, just give a tab. Underscore ora underscore BAK backup. Done. Enter. Okay, now do LSF and LHRT. Listener is no more exist. Listener is not there. No. Do LS and LHRT. LHRT. Right. You see, is listener available now? Listener is not there. Listener file is gone. Listener file is gone. You have changed the name to underscore BAK. So it will not pick up the listener. You can check. You can try to start the listener. Listener will not start because listener.ora file is not there. You can try to start the listener now. LSNR CTL start. No, it will not start. You can stop it. LSNR CTL stop. Because there is no service, it will not stop the listener. It will done. So there is no listener now. In the database, there is no listener. You can clearly see that. Okay, now do ls-lhrt once again. Right. So you can see when you start the listener, it is not supporting any of the service. The listener supports no services, which means listener is not there. So how to create a listener? Listener.ora. How to create a listener with the help of GUI. Now go to the VMware. I'll tell you how to create a listener with the help of GUI. So now you people have to assume that you people are new to Oracle DBS. You don't know how to create a manual listener. You are doing it for the first time. So now I'm telling you with the help of NetCA. Okay, just log in inside. Just go inside. Okay, give your database name, any one database name, and just hit enter. Just set the environment. Yes. Now, how to create a listener? The command to create a listener with the help of GUI is netca, NETCA, netca. We call it as netca. Enter. Okay, just click next. It says, wait. Read it first. First read it. What is it saying? What do you want to do? You want to do listener configuration. Okay, fine. Just click next. Okay, you want to add a listener. Okay, just click next. Now, what is the name of the listener should be? It will be listener only. It will be listener only. Just click next. Click on TCP. No, to the right side TCP. Yes, just click next. Default port is 1521. Yes, you are using standard 1521. Just click next. No. Wait. Would you like to configure another listener? No. Next. Completed. Next. Finish. Now tell me, what did you understand? Did you understand anything?
No,
Dingana, did you understand anything?
It was just quick and going.
That's it, right? Did you understand what is there inside the listener file?
No.
Okay, come back now. Come back to the putty session. Control Alt, come back to the putty session. Listener is created now. You can check listener is created and listener is started also. Listener will be created and started also. You can open VI. Now there will be listener.ora file. You can check ls-lhrt. No. Do ls-lhrt. Do ls-lhrt. See, there is a listener.ora file. See, who created that? It's not me, it's not you, it's Oracle created. Oracle automatically created when you give a command, when you are going next, Oracle itself is created. So open the listener.ora. Open listener.ora. Vi listener.ora. See, this is how listener will be created. This is how listener will be created. Okay. And it has picked up your host name as Ohio DC. We are giving IP address, it is picking up with Ohio DC. That's it. There is no much difference. That's it. Other than that, everything is same. Okay, just close the file. Close the file. See, this is how listener will be created when you create using netca, netka. Okay, now you can check the status of the listener. You have created, wait. You have created the listener. You have configured the listener. Did you start the listener?
No.
But listener is automatically started when you create with netca. You can check the status, LSNR-CTL status. See, it is already started. You got the point? What I'm talking about? Okay.
Yes.
So, but doing like that will not make you understand what is happening in the background. So that is the reason I'm going with the manual creations. Okay. That's point number one. Point number two, database creation. Second question is database creation. The question from one of you people, I got a question is, hey brother, like, do we create a database manually or do we create with the automated process or the GUI process in the real time? In the real time, we will not create manually. In the real time, we will not. The answer is, in the real time, we will not create manually. But the reason that I explain you manually, I'll show you now. Just open the VMware. Open the VMware. Just click DBCA. Just go inside and type in DBCA and hit enter. DBCA is Database Configuration Assistant. Maximize the screen, sir. Can you please maximize the screen? Yeah, good. So just click next. Click next. Oh, see, what is the option that it, go back? What is the option it is telling? Create database. So you want to create a database now. Yeah, just click next. It's for general purpose only. Yes, just click next. Now it is asking you to write the database name. Which database you want to create? Other than those two databases, you can give any database you want to. Okay, ICICI. So wait. And 1 second, very important thing to talk about here is, if your database name is more than 8 characters, if it is ICICI, it is 5 characters. If your database name is more than 8 characters, your database will not be created. So Oracle thumb rule is, database characters should not exceed more than 8 characters. Okay, just click next. You can give a try also. In the manual database creation, when you're doing SID, Oracle what is that called? DB underscore name is equal to, there is a parameter called DB underscore name is equal to. You can give a try. Try giving more than 8 characters. Database will not be created. Okay. So just click next. Okay, remove that. Remove the configure enterprise and manager. Okay, just click next. Okay, now what is this? What is this concept? Did I explain you? Did I explain you this concept? What is this system?
Table spaces.
No, what is this? Sys system. No, this is not table space. It is asking you for something password. It is asking you for something password. What is this password?
The sysadmin.
Yeah, system. It is asking you for password. Did I explain you this concept for you people? So let me share my screen. Let me share my screen. So without explaining, you will be stopped at that particular point of time. Okay, there is the concept which you are doing right now is 16th concept, password file management. Without knowing this concept, even if you do the database creation, it is like we will be dumb. We don't know anything. We don't know the subject. We don't know the concept. You are doing 16th concept now. You are directly, when you're creating a database, you went to the 16th concept. That is, there is something called password file management. You're doing that right now. Okay, so without knowing, if you do this kind of database creations, this is what happens. So you're stuck here. You don't know what to do, right? So if I say the first in the first session only, if I say, like, with the help of DBCA, if you now you can share your screen, Dingana. You can start sharing your screen. Okay. So as I said, like, this is the 16th concept. 16th concept. We are still at the 4th or 5th concept in the database administration. So if I say in the first class only, if I start talking about, DBCA, you have to create just by clicking on next, database will be created. You people will not understand what is this. You will stuck here. You will call me and ask me, like, what is this password is all about. But for time being, I'll tell you what is this password is all about. This is just like, so that's the reason I'm going on a structure. I'll go in a structural way. I have my own plan of explanation. I have my own I have my own way of teaching. So I'll go in that way, actually. So this is a 16th concept, but for time being, I'm telling you what is this concept. There's something called password file management. Okay, what is this password file management? Just like for ABC user, yesterday we have given password, right? ABC123. For XYZ user, we will give XYZ123 as a password. In the same way, sys and system are the super user. They are the boss. They are the boss of the DBS, the database administrator, the databases. For them also, there will be a password. So it is asking whether you want to give both the bosses of the database. They both are boss of the databases. They both are the super user of the databases. So you want to give password for both the databases differently or same password? Please use the same password. Click on same password. Go inside. Click on same password. Right? Give welcome. That's my standard password. Welcome. Actually, click next. It says what it will say is, like, yeah, that's okay. Fine. Click next. Click next. No, do you remove that? Remove the space. Okay. Now, what is this? Do you know what is this enable archiving? Do you know what is this flash recovery area? Do you know anything? Do you know anything?
Yes, sir.
People in the class, do you know what is flash recovery? Do you know what is archive?
No, sir.
Don't know. So if I tell the DBCA, this is what happens. You don't know what is archive, you don't know what is FRA, and you don't know what option to check now. So once I complete all the classes, and if I ask you people to do with DBCA, then you people will be like perfect in the database creation, and not only perfect in the DBA sessions, and all courses, the entire course will be completed. And at the end, if we go with the GUI, then your life becomes simple. If I starting only, if I tell you, like, you have to pick this option, you have to pick this, you have to pick this, you have to pick this, but you people don't know why to pick this. There is no explanation why to pick this. So you people will get confused. You don't know what is archiving. Archiving is actually today's class. Today I have to complete the archiving session. Okay, you people don't know what is archiving, what is FRA. You people don't know, and you people will be confused. If I say the DBCA method, of database creation. Database will be created. You do any click next, database will be created. But you have to know what options to select. In order to know what options to select, you have to know the concept. What is archiving? What is FRA? FRA concept is almost 36th or 37th session. So you have to know what is FRA, what is archiving. If you don't know, just by blindly by clicking on next, it really doesn't make sense of learning a database administration. So that is why I will not teach GUI methodology. That is why I only teach with the manual method, so that you people understand, okay, there is something called archiving. Okay, there is something called system data file, sysocs, undo, temp, users, redo 1A, redo 2A. Where is all those? Like, just click next. I'll tell you. Click next. Click next. You're just clicking next. That's it. So what is this called? This is memory management. Can someone in the class explain me what is the memory management? No, because you people don't know what is the memory management. You don't know how much size you have to give for the memory for the database. When you will come to know, you will only come to know when we complete that theoretical sessions. After completing the theoretical sessions, if you use the DBCA method, if you use this method, okay, you'll come to know, okay, this memory, I have to give this much memory. Why? Because there is a concept called automatic memory management. Okay, that is why it is actually picking this. Then you'll come to know. Without that, you know, how you can decide, you know, the space or the memory for the database. You cannot decide. You cannot decide. So that is why I have eliminated this process. That is why I have eliminated this GUI methodology. That is why I have given the manual methodology. Okay, so you can remove that memory from 2374. You can remove that and give 500. You can give 500, but you don't know why you are giving, because I did not complete the class at all. I did not complete the session. I did not complete the theory part. Okay, and sizing. Go to the sizing tab. On the top, go to the sizing tab. There are 4 tabs. There are 4 tabs on the top. If you see, memory, sizing, character set. On the top, sir. Beside memory, yeah. Sizing. It is maximum process 150. You know, you people don't know what is this maximum process doing. Next, go to character set. We did this in database creation script. But if I start telling you the first only the DBCA methodology, you don't know what is character set. UTF-8. You have to select UTF-8. You don't know that. Choose the third option, database character set. Third option, third. I ask you third. Yeah, UTF-8. So you don't know that you have to select this. If you don't know manual database creation, if you don't know manually in the database creation script, at the end we are giving character set UTF-8 semicolon. You people will only come to know when you do it manually. Then only you can do the GUI methodology. Okay. And now, where is the parameter file? Where are we giving the parameters at the time of database creation? We are giving the parameters, right? But where are we giving here? There is something called all initialization parameters. Click on all initialization parameters. So this is your P file, parameter file. So where it is creating control file, where it is creating control underscore files. Generally, where what is a database? Database means combination of CRD files. I'll tell you what is a database. Database means combination of CRD, means control file, data files, read log files. Now please open database creation script. Database creation script that I have given. Keep it like this. Okay, Control Alt, come outside, open the database creation script document that I have given you. Do a Control Alt, minimize the window, or or open the database creation script that I have given you people. Sir, are you opening, sir?
Yeah, I'm right here. I opened it.
But I'm not able to see because you have shared the screen only, in which mode? Only one screen mode. It is not the full screen. It is not the full screen mode. You have shared only one screen, that is VMware screen. That's it. So just stop sharing and share with a full screen mode.
Can you
Yeah,
see now?
yeah, now I'm able to see. Yes. So maximize it, maximize it, maximize it. Now open, scroll down to the database creation script, create database or else P file. Yeah, parameter file. Scroll down, scroll down, scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. See here what we are doing at the time of manual database creation, there is something called control underscore files. You are giving a location here /prod/ICICA/Oradata/control01.ctl. That is where the control file is creating. When you create manually, you will decide and you will come to know where exactly you have to create the control file. Scroll down, that is control file, and scroll down, and there is something called data files. Scroll down, there is something called data files. See, you are able to create the data files, right? Data file prod ICICA Oradata system 01.dbf. Okay, sysocs prod Oradata ICICA Oradata sysoc 01.dbf. Undo table space prod ICICA Oradata undo TPS 01.dbf. Next temp 01.dbf. Next user 01.dbf. Next there are two log files, redo 1a.log, redo 2a.log. Everything we are creating in Oradata location /prod/ICICA/Oradata. What are the files are created in Oradata location? Control file, these two redo log files, redo 1a.log, redo 2a.log, and 5 data files, system 01.dbf, sysoc 01.dbf, undo tps 01.dbf, temp 01.dbf, user 01.dbf. When you create manually, you understand that okay, there are 5 data files that are getting created when the time of database creation. There are 2 redo log files, they are created at the time of database creation. Okay, these are mandatory, and there is a control file that is being created in the database at the time of database creation. Okay, now we understand the definition of the database creation. We understand the definition of the database. What is the definition of the database? When you just go inside, you have the putty session open. Just go inside the putty session. Okay, do cd/prod, cd space /prod/ any database name you have, db name /Oradata. Do ls-lhrt. See, this is what happens when we create database manually. We can see that and we can understand, okay, what are there are .dbf files. What are .dbf files? They are data files. Next, there is .ctl created, that is control file. Next, there is .log, two redo log files, log file. So this is what database means. What is a database? Database means combination of CRD files, control file, redo log file, and data files you have created. So when you create, when you type, you're reading it and typing, so that it will be in your brain. It will be in your brain. Okay. When we create a database, we have to create with 5 data files, which is mandatory. System, sysocs, undo, temp, users. And 2 redo log files are mandatory. Redo 1a and redo 2a. And 1 control file is mandatory. Control01.ctl. All these can be created in one location, which is prod database name or a data. That is the combination of CRD files. But what happening in DBCA? Well, you are simply going next. Database created simply. Go to DBCA now. Let's close this. Let's click next. Let's click next. Let's click next. Let's click next. Wait. That's wait. Don't click on finish. So see what happening. Did you people observe something? If you click on finish, database will be created, man. If you click on finish, database will be created. If you click on finish, what happens? Database will be created. So where to do and what to do, all these things, you people don't know. So you people will know only when you do it manually. When you do it manually, you people will understand, okay, these are the data files, these are the log files, these are the control files. So CRD files is nothing but a database. Then you people will come to know, then you people will understand. So that is why I'll tell the manual method. When you will use this DBCA automated method, when you become perfect in all the concepts, and once you become perfect in all the concepts, and then I will explain you DBCA once again, then you observe the difference, then you check the difference. Once you people have the subject in your mind, once you people know all the concepts, then you ask me the same question. Now can we do the database creation with the help of DBCA? At that time, I'll show you the DBCA method. Then you people will understand, okay, yes, we need to give archive. Yes, we need to give this. Yes, we need to change the parameter. Yes, we need to create the data file. We need to create the control file. We need to create the redo log file. You people only will understand. Once you understand the concept. Without understanding the concept, even if I tell DBCA method, it is of no use. That is my way of teaching. So that is the reason I don't teach DBCA in the first class. I go with manual method, so that you people have to know the subject. Without knowing the subject, this DBCA, NetCA, or whatever the configuration it might be, whatever it might be, all these GUI screens will make your life lazy people. They don't make you understand the subject. That is why I avoid GUI methodology. Okay, now just click cancel. Don't create any database, just click cancel. Okay, so I answered your question. I believe one of the candidate yesterday we were
Yes, sir.
discussing, right? So
Yes, yes.
so this is what in real time we do it. Two questions answered. Yeah. Now perfect. Third question. I remember the third question. Third question, which is related to the same. Okay. Which is almost almost related to the same. I'll tell you. So let's assume now. Let's assume you people don't know the manual database creation. You have joined in such a institute that they will only teach DBCA. They will not teach you manual method. They will only teach DBCA. They'll only teach NetCA. They'll only go with next commands. They'll not teach you the manual method. Now you have selected to a company. You have joined one company now. Now you have joined a company. Now my question to you, Dingana, question to everyone, but you can answer on behalf of everyone. Okay, this question is for everyone. Now, where is your Ohio DC server located? Where is this server is in? The server is in VMware or physical machine?
In VMware.
In VMware. So VMware, this is located. So if you have to open GUI, where you have to go? Can you open the GUI in Putty? Can you please open the Putty session once? Can you please go to Putty? Go to Putty. Okay. Now type in DBCA. Enter. What it is telling?
Set this environment.
Yes, will it open the Putty session? Will it open? My question is, will Putty session open you the GUI?
No.
Putty session is only command line interface, right?
Right.
Putty is only CLI, not GUI. It is CLI, only command line interface. We can do anything with the help of command only, right? Now assume, go to the VMware. Go to the VMware. So now, no, don't go inside. Come outside. I'll tell you. So now, you people don't know how to create a database manually. Manually, you people don't know how to create a database, but you people know how to create with the help of DBCA. That is what your trainer has trained you. For example, that is what your trainer has trained you. Now suddenly you went to an organization. You have joined a company. There is no VMware. Your server is not in the VMware. Your server is not in the VMware. Your server is a physical machine. Your server is a physical machine. There is no VMware for your server. How can you connect to the server? Only with the help of IP address, that too only with the help of Putty session. You cannot go inside the VMware because that is not the VMware server. That is a physical server. Now, how do you create a database in a physical server? Can anyone explain me? Only if you have the VMware access, only if you have the server in VMware, you can log into the VMware and you can open the GUI. You can open the GUI. But without VMware, without entering into the VMware, how can you create a database? How can you create a database?
Just Putty.
So if you know the manual database creation, for example, your servers might be in VMware, your servers might be in physical location, your server might be in anywhere. You really don't care, because you know the physical database, manual database creation. You really don't care about GUI. If it is in VMware, that's okay. I'll log into the VMware and open the GUI method, and I will create the database. If it is not in physical, if it is not in VMware, it is not a VM machine. Your server is in a physical machine. Will you go to, will you fly all the way to US and go and create a database? Huh? The physical machine is physical. It is not a virtual machine. The physical machine can only be shared with the help of IP address, but not the GUI. But whereas a virtual machine can be shared with the GUI also. So assume that there is a physical machine in US. How do you create a database in physical machine? You directly fly only for database creation. You take a flight ticket, you go to US, you land in US and go to the data center, open the physical machine and start the DBCA, create one database and fly, get a flight ticket to India and come back to India. Or you have a methodology of manual database creation, or you can do with manual database creation. Which method is easy? Manual database creation, right? So in that sense, when you don't have an option, when you don't have an option, manual database creation is also important. I'm not saying that all the servers will be in physical database only. Maximum companies are using virtual machines only. They are not using physical, but somewhere, because I faced this issue, I'm telling you, I faced this issue. It's not an issue. I faced this situation in my organization. In my organization, there is one server which is physical, and I have to create a database. I created manually. I myself created manual database creation. Why? Because I know how to create a database manually. If in the first class only, if I tell you, just click open DBCA, just click next, database will be created. That's it. What you people will know. Answered your question, sir? The person who asked me yesterday. It's answer for everyone, basically. It's answer for everyone, not only for one person. It's answer for everyone. So I hope I answered all these three questions. You have one more question, I believe so? What is the question?
Yes, Linux shutdown using command.
Perfect. So as I said, that is the reason I choose command line interface. So that is the reason I choose only command line interface, because I love it. I love typing commands. I love creating manual database creation. I love doing it manually. I do command line interface. Even how do you people shut down the VMware server? Can you please tell me? Dingana, can you please show me the steps? How do you shut down this server? How do you shut down this server? Do a right click. Yes. Wait. Don't shut down. This is how you people shut down. But I will not shut down like this also. For shutdown also, I will use command. For shutdown also, I will use command. No, I will not even touch VMware. Just go to the putty session. I don't even touch VMware also. Go to putty session. Once my practical session is completed, once I complete practice in my putty, I'll connect to root. SU space hyphen space root. Welcome, password. I don't know what is the password that you have given. Yeah. Now, to shut down, what I will use, now assume that today's session is completed. And today your practical is also completed. You have completed your practice. Now you have to shut down your VMware and you have to go to bed. How do you do it? I'll type init 0. Init, INIT space 0. Space 0. No. INIT space 0. Yeah. Enter. And check the VMware now. Go and check your VMware. It will be shut down. See, it is shutting down. I don't even touch VMware. That's what I'm telling you. That is how you people has to practice. Do anything manually. You will become expert in database administration. Don't follow GUI methodology. See, it is powered off now. It is powered off. I can do The shutdown also manually with the help of command. I don't even touch my VMware. I don't even touch my VMware. That is how a DBA will become perfect, and that is how a DBA will become, master in all these commands, all these concepts and everything. Please go with manual methodology. You'll become an expert. If you want to become lazy, just okay, that's okay. Open GUI. You have a lot of, not only me. I'm after all a trainer. You have Google also. Just check what is the GUI methodology. Okay, it will show you a lot of screens. Just follow the screens. You will become lazy. You will become lazy. You don't know the concept. You will not know the concept. If you want to know the concept, just go manually. Ask me questions. Hey, what is this file? What is that file? What is this file? Why are we creating this? Why are we creating? Then only you will get a doubt. If you go with GUI, you will not get any doubt. You will not get any queries, because after all, Oracle is doing job for you. Then what is the purpose of you sitting here and learning Oracle database administration? This is my concept. This is how I train. This is how I teach. I want to teach like this manually, so that you people will become perfect in whatever the concept that you are learning. Okay. So you can close the VMware. That's it for the day. That's it for the day. Okay. So I have fixed this 2 people listener configuration and TNS. So for this 2 people, it's completed. I request remaining people also, please complete your practical session. You have 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, the weekend sessions. So tomorrow there will be a session. Tomorrow there will be a session for sure. Okay, and tomorrow will be the session on archive log mode, which is very, very important. It's not like, I'm telling daily every class is very, yes, every class is very, very important. Every session is important, because every session has its own importance. And after 20 classes, if you combine all the 20 classes, it will become one session. I am splitting all this I'm splitting this one session into 20 sessions, and I'm explaining you, because you people have to understand the concepts. That's the reason I have splitted this one session into 20 sessions. When you combine all these 20 sessions, it will become one session after 20 sessions, after 20th class. How? I'll show you that. We still have a lot of time to learn. So don't worry, don't rush. Just keep practicing. I'll be there with you guys. You people have to do what you people have to do. Just practice. Just practice. Make your hands dirty just by practicing. That's it. Okay, that's one thing. So what is the next session we are going to cover? We are going to cover the archive log mode. Archive log mode. So I request everyone to join on time without any further delay tomorrow, so that we can start the archive log mode session. Okay, and thank you.